Hello everybody, this is Kysen here. Welcome back to another episode in this Let's Play series. Now for those of you who might have seen the last episode in this series, you will have known that I died whilst building the Nether Hub area. And as such I said I was going to probably go to the end city soon, and that's what I've done. So I thought I'd show you guys the loot that I got, and I was pretty happy. We got some really cool stuff. Lots of diamonds, a mending chest plate, fairly decent leggings, a load of these potions, the health potions, some boots here. We got, this was a really good pick, mending and fortune, so that's awesome. Another mending chest plate with unbreaking 3, which is cool because that seems to be quite a difficult enchant to get, the unbreaking 3. And another great shovel for the same reason there. A few emeralds, some of these saddles, sweeping edge 3 on a sword, and yeah, as you can see, iron and gold. But two main things that I actually wanted to get. One was elytras, haha. So as you can see here, I have gone and put mending and unbreaking 3 on all of these, and that's the one I was using, so I've got 3 in spares now. I'm very well equipped and won't need to go and do that again, hopefully for quite some time. The other thing I was excited to get is this stuff, the chorus flower. Now I only got a few of them and I might need to go and get more, but I realised I want to plan out how I'm going to do this. I believe also that they grow quite quickly, so I thought I could crack on with making a bit of an area for them. Now the chorus flower produce the chorus fruit, which you can put into a furnace, and basically that's how you get all the different types of purpur blocks, and I thought that'd be a really cool farm to have so that I could get a load of purpur blocks to build out of for my future builds. And that is what we'll be doing today, guys, building a purpur farm, essentially a chorus fruit farm, but it's for the purpur, that's what we're doing. Also got some of these shulker shells, which is very nice. They're very useful, obviously, for storing all your bulk items. So what I need to check, and I should have thought this before, but I think we've only got endstone bricks. I think, yeah, okay. So we are going to need to get, and they should be in there, some endstone to grow it on, because I believe this won't grow on the bricks. Yeah, it'll only grow, I think, on the actual endstone, not the brick version. But that's fine. I can go and do that off camera, but before I do, I should put that back in there to keep that safe. Let's get geared up here and we'll go and have a look at where we're going to build this thing. So I've been having a little look around, trying to find the best area to do this in. Now we've got the town centre here, and I think the purpur, when it grows, it's those big purple spindly kind of plants. It's not going to look right if it's anywhere near this town. It just doesn't really fit in with the old school town idea, does it? Then off in that direction, we've got obviously the farm. So we've got the sheep farm, the cow farm, the wheat farm, and eventually I want to add, carrot and potato farms, all that sort of stuff up here. So I thought maybe this way because of the farming. But purpur is kind of like a modern farm, as in, it's one of the newest types of plant that you can farm in the game, and I don't think it will look that great amongst all this other old school stuff. So what I decided in the end was the stronghold is over that way. So let's go and have a look over there. And, oops, am I? Yes, I am wearing my elytra. I'm just sucking it, taking it off there. And I thought, as soon as the stronghold is this way, we could use this big bit of land here to do the purpur farm in. So it's quite close to the town soon. You can see, you can see the beacon right there. And, but far enough away that it won't hopefully clash with what I've already built there. So I don't have a shovel on me, which is good news. But basically what I'll do is flatten a load of area here, go and get a load of the endstone to grow the chorus fruit on, and then we'll come back and have a look at how we're going to put this farm together. Well guys, as you can see, I've been doing a lot of growing of these purpur chorus fruit plants, and just thought I'd have a little talk through with you guys some ideas that I'm having for this farm. So a few things to note. One is if you place the fruit like this and you have a block there, it will not grow. That's been there quite a while. Similarly, if you have one here and you have a block there, it won't grow. You can see I've been testing out a few of these different things. If I was to remove that house slab, however, then you'd get this kind of effect where it will grow up towards this glass and then sort of spiral out around it. So really not much point having something like this because it's pretty much growing fairly naturally, just sort of avoiding that glass, but doesn't really add too much of a benefit other than if you get lucky and you get some fruit around here, some seeds here that you can then harvest, of course. So besides that, if we have a look around here, oh, and this one here stopped. It grew this high and then stopped. so I'm not sure exactly why that was, whereas this one snaked around, this one didn't. So yeah, not really much of a benefit of doing it this way. So when you let them grow naturally, of course, they end up like this. Now, the issue with this is if I break this right here, you'll see that currently I've got 4 chorus flowers, and that's what you need to plant to grow these things. When I break that, you don't get any of the chorus flowers back. So I need a way of making this farm sustainable, and I need to be able to get more seeds back, or at least the same amount of seeds back anyway, each time that I harvest these things. So the way that I'm thinking of doing that, there's 2 ways I could do it. One would be this design here, something like this. Now, as you can see, this particular plant has given me 3 seeds so far, and this one's given me 1. So I think you're guaranteed to at least get your 1 back, but then every now and again you will get more, and therefore it is basically a type of farm that will give you back more seeds than what you start with. So that's good. The downside is these stems don't grow very big, and as such, like when I break one of these big ones, you can see the amount of fruit that I'll get dropped. I go from 24 there to 25. Okay, it's usually more. Let's try another one. And there you go. You can see this time, look how much is there. So that's usually what happens. And that time I went from 25 to 39. So that's what we want, obviously, to get lots of the this chorus fruit stuff here. And I'm thinking that there's 2 ways to go with this. One is to have a farm like this for seeds, and another farm where I let it grow more naturally for the fruit. So there's advantages and disadvantages of doing that. One of the plus sides is it'll be very easy for me to get lots of seeds, and I can have this farm looking pretty like a natural sort of free growing farm. The other way would be for me to let it grow naturally like this, but have walkways going along up high where I can get to the chorus seed part of it. Now, the issue I'm having with that is I'm not sure how good it will look in terms of design. I have seen farms like this. I know Etho does a farm like that where he's got walkways up there to get to the seeds, and it looks okay. But really I'm not sure whether that's the way I want to go with it. I think having this seed farm might be an idea. The only issue is I'm not sure how many seeds I'll get back from this, whereas you can see these big ones that grow, you are going to get every single time, probably at least 2 if not 3 of the seeds to replant. So I'm in 2 minds with it. I think what I'll do is I'll try some designs on my single player world, on my creative world that is, and see what we can get looking good, and then we'll have a bit of an update and see which direction we're going to go in with this project. Okay guys, so here we are. This is the Purpur farm coming together quite nicely now. As you can see, I've gone for a red sand design as the general flooring, and then obviously the end rock. Is that what it's called? I call it moon rock. End stone, there we go. I don't know why, but to me this looks like moon rock. Like if you went to the moon in Minecraft, I imagine it would be made out of this stuff. So when I'm off camera and stuff, this is moon rock. But anyway guys, the moon rock, or the end stone, whatever you want to call it, that's where the purpur obviously grows, the chorus fruit, is dotted around there, and I think it's spread out in a good pattern because I've staggered it. Normally with these things you might have it, all in a line, but the way I've staggered it here should offset it a bit, and because it's kind of spindly when it grows, I think that'll look pretty cool once it's done. So essentially what I'll do is break this using water, because that's the easiest, most logical way of doing this as far as I can see. So that's why the platforms are the size that they are. It allows the water to flow down like such, and there'll be pistons along the back here holding the water back that I can then release using redstone to come down here and take out the entire farm once I'm done getting the seeds off the top. So that's the idea I've gone with, the 1 farm rather than having 2 farms, a seed farm and a fruit farm. I think it's probably the best way to go. Just having a look around on YouTube and on Google and stuff at people's thoughts and ideas with this, I think this is the way to do it really. It's just to have the 1 farm, and I'll build up some kind of scaffolding going up on the sides and across, where I can walk up, walk across and cut down the seeds. It is a little bit time consuming, but it's hopefully not something I'll have to do every time, because I should get more seeds back each time I do this. So eventually I'll build up a bit of a stockpile, and then I won't have to do that each time. Now in terms of the size of the farm, I think that this is not big enough. So we've got 3 levels here, like this, and this will be the 4th level. I've started it down that end, as you can see. and then it will come and collect in a bit of a trench here. There'll be a water trench taking all of this stuff in one direction. I'm not sure exactly which direction yet, but either off that way or off this way. So I can get it all to one place. So once the water's broken it will carry all the fruit down into here, and then we'll store it, and from there we can do some cool stuff with it, like auto sorting and auto smelting as well, perhaps. Seeing as I don't really have much use for this stuff other than once it's smelted, so I can build with the Purpur. Now what I'm thinking is a couple of ways I could do this. One would be to try and make a bit of a semicircle amphitheatre sort of design, where this would start to curve around in that direction. I think though, with all the water and connecting it all up to get everything to one spot, that might be tricky to do. So I think what I'm going to do is just repeat this build over on this side, because we've already got a lot of flat land here anyway, so it would fit in quite nicely. And then it would be a bit of like a U shape if you were looking at it sort of from over here. You would see that it would come down like this into the middle and then go back up here, and that would come down into the middle as well, and that way we can do it all with just the one trench still. So I thought I'd give you a bit of an update as to how things were coming along, and now I'm going to go and crack on with a load more of that stuff and get the farm to a point where it is more sort of ready to go, and then give you guys a bit of a demonstration as to how it's all going to work. So I've been putting the wood around the outside of this, guys, as you can see, and a thought occurred to me, and I want to see what you guys think of this, but I think this could be pretty cool. Now if I run just over here a little bit so we can get a good view of this thing. Now, does this remind you of anything, guys? When you look at that, does anything come to mind? You need to be a bit creative here, because it would need some work doing on it. But when you look at that, and you know what? Maybe if I just do this, and let's get, anybody seeing it? The pirate with this in the background, Maybe a pirate ship? What do you think, guys? I think this could be really cool. We could theme this like a pirate ship. You know, I didn't plan it to be this way at all, but now I've seen it, I'm thinking this could actually work. So one of the things I'm thinking is we've got a bit of an overhang at the back here, and that's because of the way the water's going to work once those pistons are in. Maybe we could add the overhang to the sides as well. That might make it look a bit more piratey. We could probably sit it on water, and that probably wouldn't be too difficult. Have some water around the outside, so it's like sat on a kind of lake. This is the top bits. The water's going to go here, and there'll be pistons above it that are powered by default, so they're down, and then I'll invert the signal to get rid of them to harvest this thing. But that's the other thing about this. So it'll have all this purple stuff coming up, and it grows off in these spindly little ways, and it kind of looks like the Kraken. If you guys have seen Pirates of the Caribbean, that Kraken, that giant squid, I think that could look amazing. And if I put a big mast up in the middle, and maybe one or two, I'm thinking, other masts up on the sides here. And you know how I said about we're going to need these walkways, this scaffolding, to sort of get up and harvest the seeds. Well, that could be it. We could have these masts that are like a, I mean, because this is going to be inland, right? So it could be like a shipwreck kind of thing, where it was going along the sea here and it's shipwrecked and it's ended up here and it's a bit broken down and people haven't looked after it. It's been sort of abandoned. So it would have these like broken masts, which I could maybe create some sort of effect there to get the masts going. And as I say, that will double up for the scaffolding. And I think we can get this looking a bit like a pirate ship, guys. So yeah, I mean, just because I have the pirate skin as well, I thought it might be a cool thing to do, where we could get that to be in pirate ship-like. So, you know, I'm going to do a bit of work on that and see if we can get it looking a bit more piratey. But, you know, if you've got any ideas, guys, feel free to comment on this video or tell me on Instagram or whatever and let me know. But I think we might have stumbled on something here. So I just had that thought occur to me. I thought I'd mention that on camera for a minute. And now I'm just going to get back to finishing up the farm side of this. Well, here it is, guys. It's starting to take more shape now. As you can see, some of the chorus fruit is growing. I've had that planted down. And I've got 29 of these chorus flowers on me, which are essentially the seeds for this farm. Now, I started with just 18, which is just this little section right here that you can see. And I've got 29 back without getting all of these up here, without having any scaffolding. And as you can see, I've cut a lot of these plants very short. So the rate of return is very good, actually. I'm very happy with that. And I think once this farm is up and running and we've got the scaffolding in place, two things. First of all, I won't have to do the harvesting of the seeds every time, which is great news. And secondly, this here is the block that marks the middle. So I got quite lucky because this happened to be an odd number. It's 31 blocks So there's 15 blocks either side of this one, which means we can put a mast up along this line here, so anywhere in this direction, maybe 1 or 2 here and 1 in the middle, and then the same on the other side. And essentially, it will not need to go the whole length of the ship. So I could just have masts that go up here and cover enough of an area to get back seeds to, replant the farm and make it sustainable. But I don't need them to be as long as the ship, which is good because I think it might have looked a bit odd if they were. It was one of my concerns with the pirate ship idea. Now, as you can see, I've added these pistons in. I'll very quickly show you how this looks from behind. So this is how it's powered at the moment. Obviously, that will be changed. And this is the block that's powered in order to power the pistons. So you need the redstone next to each other, and obviously the easiest way to do that really is with these redstone repeaters. And of course, a couple in here just to repeat the circuit because that power will not reach the whole way. It's very simple, and I've done the same on the other side. Originally, I was going to place the pistons the other way, so they were going to be sort of up in the air with these things facing downwards. But I figured that with this whole pirate ship thing, it's probably better if they are in that direction, like now. It kind of looks like a bit of a fence along the back. Again, you do have to use your imagination with this a bit, but you can kind of see what I mean. I think that you've got that fence along the back, like a railing, and also if they're up in the air higher, it might not look quite right. So, yeah, I think this is looking okay. Obviously it needs a lot more work doing to it, and this purple stuff does kind of look like the Kraken. I think maybe what I might need to do is add some around the outside eventually that I don't harvest, but are just there to sort of make it look like they're climbing over the ship. But anyway, what I wanted to try is basically harvesting the farm. So I've got enough seeds here where I've increased the amount of seeds I've got, so I'm happy to now get the fruit from it. I'm trying signs here and the fence gates. That's because the water, when it comes down from there, will need something to stop it from going over here. I'm just trying to see whether items are going to get stuck on any of these and which one's going to be the best. And then it will go down into that water stream, as you see there, which will take it through to here and collect in one place. And that's great because then we can do something with that. Now I think for the final design I'll probably actually head over to that way instead of to this side, but for now this should work. So let's see how this goes when we flick the switch, like such. Did nothing happen there? I didn't hear anything happen. Okay, I don't think that worked. But, no it didn't. Now that's interesting because, why is that not working? I'm taking the power out, but this is still being powered. Okay, that's very strange. Okay, so, yeah, I think it's because what we've done here is essentially completed this circuit and it's going back around on itself perhaps. Let me just try, if we was to take that out, I have redstone on me. If I run it from the repeaters, it'd have to go like this. Would this work? Potentially. No, 'cause it's still going to go both ways, isn't it? Dang it. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do for now is, if I break that, break a few of these. I'll figure the redstone and stuff out off camera, guys. I only did this very quickly. I thought it was right, but obviously not. And what I wanted to see for now, okay, here comes all of my lovely, oh, okay. Well, there's our answer, guys. If we use signs, this is what I thought. So this is why I placed them on this side, because I know if you were to place them on that side, oh my goodness, if you're placing them on this side, I believe that wouldn't happen. So if those signs were along here, I don't think the water would go like this. But obviously, you've got to place something that will do it right for both sides. So I think it needs to happen in this way. Yeah, it looks like fence gates are going to be the way to go with that, that's fine. Now, I was just checking earlier, and I think this episode has run on quite a long time, unfortunately, and I think we're going to need to probably spread this over another 1 or maybe 2 episodes, depending on how far we go with the whole theming idea. So do let me know about that if you think that's a good idea or not. Be interested to see any thoughts and comments you might have there. And let's see now, we've got 3 of this chorus fruit on us, and we go down here. Oh wow, yeah, we got a lot from that. That's awesome. I think we're going to get some really good rates from this. So I think we're going to need to leave it there for today, guys, but thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and as I say, we will continue on with this next time. But for now, that will be all. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.